Spirit left him, and an evil spirit came upon him. And David, the shepherd boy, he witnessed this radical change in King Saul's life. And look at Psalm 51:11. David says, cast me not away. Please, oh God, don't take your Holy Spirit away from me. In Galatians, Paul writes similarly, oh foolish Galatians, who tricked you guys? You started off so good. What happened to you? I think the saddest thing in all of life is love unreturned. Is when somebody loves somebody, sacrifices, gives unto them, and that love comes back with nothing. Think of a spoiled brat of a kid. Some of you parents, all you parents, you guys are hardworking people, and you give for your children. And imagine if one of them was entitled and talked back and said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't care if I fail my grades. I work 2 jobs so you can go to school. I don't care what you do. I want this, I want that. It's like, God, man, we do all this for you. And you can't put the cereal bowl in the sink. You can't take the garbage out once in a while. You can't show a little bit. But when somebody's in love with somebody and they're not in love with them back, that's hard to see. We've all had friends. Maybe you've been that person. You're like, man, they broke my heart. I loved them so much. And they just didn't love me back. They loved somebody else. What happens after a while? You stop, right? You're like, I can't keep doing this. I got to find somebody else. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 30, it says, grieve. Grieve not the Holy Spirit. Wind doesn't grieve. Gravity doesn't grieve. People grieve.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit can be vexed. The Holy Spirit has emotions, the joy of the Spirit, the love of the Spirit. But think of this. The Holy Spirit over and has been knocking on the door of your heart, asking to come in. And when you say, no, not ready. No, don't want to listen. No, I don't want you. No, thank you. What's going to come of this? Jesus said in Matthew chapter 12, any sin that you speak against me, I will forgive you. But if you ever speak against the Holy Spirit, that's the unpardonable sin. Why is that possible? Well, Jesus, even on the cross, he says, Father, forgive them. They don't know what they do. But if salvation is executed through the Holy Spirit, if the Holy Spirit is the agent of God's salvation, if the Holy Spirit indwells us, and that's how we know God, from the Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead, from the Spirit of Jesus, if that Spirit comes into us, the Holy Spirit, and you say, I don't want the Holy Spirit. I don't believe the Holy Spirit. I don't want anything to do with the Holy Spirit. It's like you have a disease and there's one medicine, and you refuse to take that medicine. How could you ever get better? In Hebrews chapter 10, it says if you deliberately keep on sinning. In Hebrews chapter 6, it's impossible if you have apostatized. He's knocking on the door. How sad it was for Samson. He did not know the Holy Spirit left him. Christianity is more than being nice. Ned Flanders can't keep being the top recognized Christian in America. I go, neighborinos. That's what they think of us. If you're a nice guy, if you do enough good, if you can merit the Holy Spirit, and then I say, Samson surely would not have gotten along with Ned Flanders. Samson is a beast of a man that fights and gets revenge, and yet he's remembered in the Faith Hall of Fame. There's a big difference between having faith and being faithful. If you have faith, your soul will be saved. But if you are not faithful, your life will end in disaster. And faithfulness will merit you the honor and respect of people. Faithfulness will give you the confidence of integrity. Being a person that day in, day out does the right thing, is honest and upright. But let me tell you something. Your honesty and upright can never earn you salvation. And you have to be born again by the Holy Spirit by faith. And then when you have faith, I hope that you become a very faithful person. But it begins with, you can't keep resisting the Holy Spirit. Look what it says in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 19. It says, do not quench the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is excited about some things. We should be excited about those things too. I'm excited about people getting baptized. Why? Because all of heaven rejoices when one sinner puts their faith in Jesus Christ. Isn't that exciting? We should be excited when we hear about people that didn't know Christ are now coming to Christ. People are turning their life because the Holy Spirit's excited about that. Hey, I don't want to be so judgmental. I don't want to be so critical, because that's not what the Holy Spirit's called us to do. The Holy Spirit's called us to preach the good news of Jesus Christ. I believe genuinely that people, when they get filled with the Holy Spirit, they begin to change their own life. The Holy Spirit wants to convict them from the inside. And I see it with many of you guys. The other night we were talking about our old life, and one of the gentlemen came in the room and he said, Pastor, you wouldn't believe it, but the biggest change in my life has been my language. I don't remember hearing that guy use bad language or cuss. If I've known him for years. He goes, yeah, but I used to curse like a sailor before you knew me. What happened? I came to know Jesus Christ. The anger was taken out of my heart. There are people that they say, hey, I can't keep living the lifestyle I was living. At the end of Samson's life, so Samson has his hair cut, and the Philistines, they begin to beat on him, and they pluck out his eyes, and they chain him up, and they make him walk around like he's an ox as a slave for some time. And whenever it's the high time of celebrating their god Dagon, they bring Samson out and they mock him. They throw rotten fruit at him. They jeer him. Is this the hero that defeated us? Is this the hero that killed the lion? Looks pretty pathetic now. And Samson asked that his hands be put on the 2 pillars in the temple. And then he prayed one more prayer. He said, oh God, give me revenge for my eyes. He just wanted vengeance. And the Holy Spirit came upon him. And he knocked down those pillars and the whole temple collapsed. And Samson killed more men in his death than he did in his whole life. The Holy Spirit returned upon Samson. In fact, it says, and his hair began to grow back. It's important that we understand the concept. Look at Ephesians chapter 5, verse 18. And you can be being filled with the Holy Spirit.